Making money online is the easiest that it's ever been. Not to say that it won't come with its own challenges, because it will, but it's never been easier. Basically, anyone can take a skill, their knowledge, their passions, and basically monetize it through multiple different ways. So I'm going to be starting a new series. It's called Personal Branding That Sells. And basically we're going to go over the 4 pillars of how you're going to be able to monetize a personal brand. The first thing we're going to talk about is clarifying who you are and sort of like what you want to be known for. The second thing we're going to talk about is YouTube, of course. The third thing we're going to talk about is monetizing. And then the fourth thing we're going to talk about is sales. Now, if you just want to skip this full series and basically read all 4 insights, then you can go to my Substack. All of the articles are already published and they each have their own resources that go with them. Now, everyone has a personal brand, whether you're intentional about it or whether you're online with it or not, right? So if you are, this is probably going to be a bad example, but if you're a person that likes to play video games, you're probably known as like the gamer person. If you're a person that works in media or video production, you're known as the media person. So the personal brand exists whether you want to do anything with it or not. So I think when people are sort of like building out their personal brand and they're getting online, the question is not exactly how do I build a personal brand, but the question that they really want to ask is how do I translate who I am offline to online? I'm going to give you 2 exercises that you can do to sort of help you get clear about who you are and then also what you want to share online. Because another question that I also get is how do I build a personal brand without oversharing? So the first exercise is called the Ikigai exercise. It is actually a Japanese exercise and they use it to sort of like figure out who they are and what their purpose is. But I find that this also works and it helps for people who are creating content online to get clear on kind of like what their goals actually are. So basically you want to draw 4 circles in a Venn diagram. And in one circle, you want to have the question, what you're good at. The second circle, you want to put what you enjoy. The third circle, you want to put what people need help with. And the fourth one, you want to put sort of like what people are willing to pay for. And basically where those 4 things overlap, you'll find your sweet spot for sort of like how you want to show up online and a basis of where you can start for your personal brand. The second exercise is called the story timeline. This is what I personally do, and this is also exercise that I give my clients. And basically what you want to do is you're going to want to get like a Google Doc, a Word doc, and on there, basically from the time that you started your journey, so whether that is your passion or your business, whatever, you're trying to build your personal brand up, you're going to write every moment that you can remember. And I'm laughing because it's like it can be like a very time consuming task, but once you're done, literally you'll have unlimited content ideas. But anyway, you're going to want to list all of the things that you've done in your journey that you think is very significant. So whether that be like your wins, your losses, things that you learned, and you're going to want to basically go back year to year. So mine start at about 2017. If you are a journaler or you keep really good track of what you do on a day-to-day basis, it might be easier. So when I first did the exercise, I basically looked back in all my journals and I was like, okay, what did I do this year? Or what did I do this month? And what was important in that month? So you'll write things down like, I launched my first website, or I launched and I made $10,000, or, I actually remember being really sad because a parent passed away, but I was still working, stuff like that is important in your story. And then like I said, sort of like a few moments ago, what you'll do with these stories and with these points that you put on the story timeline will then become content. It will become captions. It will become website copy. And you can basically use it as like a blueprint for your personal brand. Once you do those two exercises, you'll have a way better idea of who you are, also what value you could possibly bring to other people. Now, of course, there's other things that go with personal branding, like colors, typography, and websites and stuff like that. But I think that building a personal brand online and, starting to like monetize that, it's really more so like about how you can help people and what people know you for and you building the trust with them. So that's why I started with those two exercises. So that is the end of this video. I have 3 more in this series. And again, it's going to talk about, okay, what marketing channel you should use and how you're going to monetize it and how you're going to actually make sales. So if you're interested in that, then stick around. If you want to just skip these videos, then head on down to my Substack to read all 4 articles with the extra resources that come with it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.